the key of anything that I'm going over today is, information and knowledge that I just say will go in one ear and out the other. But if we can get some ideas, we can then learn how to integrate them and experience them and then embody them. And then looking back, crystallize all that information in. So you guys are like, wow, this is just a piece of who I am now. And it's shifting the way I'm approaching life. Then I feel I've done my job tonight. So not bad for a happy hour, right?
Yeah. Did I tell you it was going to be a heavy? This one's going to be heavy. Are you guys ready?
I surf the entrepreneurial wave. And as many of you know, that wave has its ups and downs and it's been quite the journey. And it's actually a great way for me to get into recognition of the journey that you all are going on within your own businesses, and a piece of wisdom that we're going to tap into today that is a very different way of looking at the way business is played. And thank you, Ray, for the acknowledgement of the bling. This is my version of tattoos, I guess I would say. Got a few other interesting little pieces here involved here. I don't know if any of you have seen the art crystals before, but they're pretty fascinating, kind of changing the resonance of water. Oh, love it. What you got there, Damien? Oh, nice. Tapped in. Beautiful, beautiful.
Can you tell what that is?
Looks to me like tiger's eye.
Bingo. Nice.
Nice. Nice. Little courage. So first and foremost, first step of courage is simply showing up. So really what I want to get into tonight is the idea behind setting intentions and aligned action. And I want to get into it from a place that is a little different way of where most people approach business. So where I've had some issues in the digital marketing space in the past, just to be open and transparent with the process as a consumer and someone who's gone to traffic and conversions and a few other things, is dehumanization. And I feel like with where we're moving now that we're moving into this virtual world and virtual space and having to learn how to really truly connect with other humans less in person, the idea of humanizing things and stepping away from just viewing humans as conversions and cost per acquisitions and calling them acquisitions and all of these different typical marketing terms, and stepping a little bit more into the humanization of who is that on the other end? How can I connect with them so they become truly deep repeat customers, that we build this know, like, and trust factor? And most importantly, within our business, there's just a rampant amount of repeat business that comes from relationships. And the most important relationship starts with the relationship that we all have with ourselves, because our outer world is truly a reflection of our inner world. And when we get and operate from this new place of alignment and enthusiasm versus just willpower, and we operate from this place of abundance rather than this place of scarcity, things go so incredibly smooth. It just shifts everything, because at the end of the day, everybody understands energy better than they think. And I'll give you an example. Have you ever walked into a room, maybe in your college days or something, and there was a party going on? You walk, let's say, into the kitchen, and two people in there had just had a fight, and they're not fighting anymore, but you walk in and they just stopped, and you can feel it. You can feel the tension, right? And you're like, yeah, something went down here and it's not pretty, and these two people are pissed. They aren't saying any words. Maybe they're trying to hold their mugs back and not show it in their faces, but you know they got a fight. On the opposite of that, have you ever walked into a room where two people are just hooking up and you don't see any of it going down, but you know it's gone down? You just feel it in your bones. Like, you two are getting it on. Something was going on in here that's a little bit different. And oh, by the way, I know.
So instead of thick air, that would be hot air.
Boom. Exactly. That air is hot. It's steamy. It's electric. Exactly. You can feel that. And then on the third side, have you ever had someone walk into a room, in person, virtual, it doesn't matter, and they just shift the energy of a conversation, the room, the dynamism there? You're like, man, it's just so charismatic, but not like the I'm trying to close and sell you something charismatic, but just like their authenticity just makes you raise up your character and who you are in that moment. It's all energy. It's all vibration. Science is finally catching up with us woo-woo people here with the bands. And I'm a nice little mix of left brain science and right brain energy. So I'm going to show you how to really integrate that all into your business from a very different perspective to everything. So as an example, when I'm in the health, fitness, wellness space, I look at it from a very different lens, which is basically fitness from the inside out. And how I do business is the same way, which is really focused on that self-image. So as an example, what I want you to think about is the idea is that, all right, how often are we involved in business and we focus on setting intentions that are aligned before we get on a call? Not that often. And if we do, it's based on a result of, I need this many sales this week. I need this many leads. It's very soulless based on, okay, I need 20 leads to come in at a 20% close rate. And I need this many people to go so I can keep things going and growing in my business. That's a soulless, energyless connection focused on the ends, not the means. Versus how often do you walk into a situation and you're saying, okay, before I hop on this call, I want to get my emotions under control, not act out of a place of scarcity. And I'm like, I feel good. I feel aligned. I'm excited to get on this call with this person and see how I can be of service, how I can make their day better, how my products and services can truly meet them where they're at. And I can develop a know, like, trust factor and a relationship with somebody who could become a client and a new friend. What a completely different energy to bring to the game. And as things are shifting, people will feel that. Wow, he cares. Like, I built my entire coaching business of 20 years on referrals. I haven't done a Facebook ad yet. I haven't had to for that particular piece of my business because of that piece. So what if I actually incorporated in the ads and within all the digital marketing I'm doing, I'm coming across from a place of aligned action and intention. Talk about scalability, right? And so what if you put that energy into your clients and then push that type of energy into their customers? Of like, okay, we're not just what is your conversion rates and what are your cost per acquisitions, but how deep are the relationships you're developing? Where's your know, like, trust factor? Where's your fulfillment levels? Totally different. So if you could go about things maybe from this way of looking at things, you'd want to go through a 3-step process. And the 3-step process would be this. Number one, before you go into a call or answer a call or send out an email or have any type of interrelationship, tune in for 1 second and say, where's my vibe right now? Am I feeling desperate, pissed off about something going on in my household or in school or in the environment or the noise, or I'm working from home or my kids are like this? Am I stressed out? Am I overwhelmed? Am I feeling desperate, like I need to make this close right now? Where am I at? Where's my vibe? You don't need to get too specific. All you really need to do is say, am I centered and aligned? And if I'm not centered, aligned, and calm, I need to be calm, because calmness is a superpower. We think it's excitement, but if we're not calm and centered before we get enthusiastic, we're not excited, we're probably like fake. We're putting on a mask. And the people can feel that mask, just like they can tell if you fought or you hooked up in the room. So realize, just like you can as a consumer, not a conversion, but a human being on the other end, so can they. So tapping into that type of energy, and number one, get calm, get centered. So how do you do that? Well, a few ways. I'll show you the simplest way you can do it. The acupuncture meridian for anxiety, which God knows we all have some level of right now, is your two clavicle bones right here. So if you take your one hand here, I'll have you guys all do this real quick. Doesn't matter which side in your hand. I like to just go right here, tap on this anxiety spot, and take a couple deep breaths. Move the chi, move the energy through your body. And that will quickly get you calmed and centered. And just take a couple big deep breaths. And a little positive talk therapy that you could say to yourself that doesn't need to be like the guy from SNL, but could just be something really simple like, I'm totally safe in my body. Or I have really good intentions behind this call. And the same energy that is nervous is the same energy that is excited. So what about a statement like, as you're tapping right here on the spot, going, I'm really excited to connect to a new person today. I'm excited to help them out. This is going to be fun. It's literally the same neurochemical pathways between excited and nervous. So just simply tapping here saying, I'm excited to connect with a new person. Excited to help this person out. And feel into that. You'll feel like you're taking a more aligned action, and you'll be calmer and excited, enthusiastic without faking it till you make it. You'll truly believe it as you achieve it, which is a way better place to operate. So step one, get calm, get centered. Step two, set your intentions. So look and say, all right, this is an inbound call. What's my intention? I want to see what's up with this person and how I can best serve them. Simple as that. I'm going to listen. I'm going to be more interested than interesting. I had a call today with a client, and she was like this. I mean, motor mouth today, because she had a lot to get off. Brand new first session. All I focused on was this. My intention was I am holding space for her. Energetic space. I am being the container. And she instantly, energetically felt safe. How cool would it be if your clients felt safe around you? Dang, I really like that Greg guy, that Joe guy, that Steve guy. I felt really connected to him. I don't know why. Oh, because I felt safe in his presence, even if it's over the computer or the phone, because he wasn't distracted and he was focused on me, and he was just listening. He's like, how can I serve? How can I help you out, man? I'm here. What do you need? I'm meeting you at where you're at, right? That's the key, is I'm going to meet you where you're at, and I'm going to help take you to where you want to go. It's that simple. And then from there, you take action. And imagine if the actions are all from a place of good intentions, how well loved and served those customers are going to feel, or potential customers are going to feel. Wow, he heard me. He understood me. She knows where I'm coming from. She understands the problems I'm having in my business. She listened. People aren't doing that now. Everyone's just in their head and totally stressed out, overwhelmed, and worried, and the pressure, and they bring that baggage into their business. Next thing I'll talk about is the idea of an energetic hat. So compartmentalization is compartmenting lies. That's where compartmentalize comes from, in my opinion. And really realizing that there is no compartments. Everything, instead of being like a Trivial Pursuit board with these little pieces, it's much more like a spider web where it's all interwoven. And you can't really be in two different energies. You can't vibrate in two frequencies, which basically means you can't be in two different spaces at one time. I can't be frustrated, sad, and upset about what's going on with my kids in their school and happy and focused with you at the same time. That's why you need to clear the energy. That's why you need to get centered and aligned. This time, my focus, I can't be focused in two places one time. I can't multitask. I can only be focused right now on you, Art, and your business, and how I can best serve you. That's where my focus and attention needs to be, in the now, not in the past, which is guilt and shame, not in the future, which is anxiety and fear. It's be here now. So what I like to tell people to do is put two different hats on at different times. At one point, I'm walking into work. Whoop, I'm putting my energetic hat on. My baseball cap's here, so you can visualize like this. I'm putting a baseball cap on. This is my work hat. I'm here. I'm present. I'm ready to serve. I don't bring my phone calls in the door like that. I won't walk on in and bring my phone call in that. So I'll be like, all right. So if I pulled up, I work from home now, but before I used to stop in my car, but whoop, okay, I'm putting dad hat on. I'm walking in the door right now. I'm not going to bring the energy in my call in the door and tell everyone, shut up. The only time I'll ever do that right now is if they're outside my door office and I need to hit you and say, quiet. That's a little different. They're in my space and their energy's getting in my field and it's not really going to be healthy. But besides that, I don't want to bring that energy into that space. And again, I'm human, so I do sometimes. But at its core essence, the most important thing about that process is really just being here now for that person. And boy, oh boy, will they tap in and feel into it. So next concept I want to dig into that's going to really help you all out is habit. So two different types of energies that are within each of us are the masculine and the feminine. There is what's getting lambasted in the society and media right now is that everything masculine is toxic, which is totally not true. And that everything feminine is perfect, which is totally not true. There is divine masculine and divine feminine energies in men and in women. And there's toxic masculinity and toxic femininity. And if you don't want to use the words toxic, you can just say non-harmonized within all sides. And they're found in men and in women. And an easy way to understand how can I harmonize all of these within myself and within my business is to look at it like I have this hose, which is this divine masculine energy, which is my structures, my system, my doingness. And then I have this flow, which is my creativity, my passion, my movement, and my beingness that's going through this. So having those structures and systems, and I love to tell people, especially coming from a fitness background, that one of the most important things to do is really win your day first. And typically, if you can dial in your day to win your day first and have different marks that you're looking at in the course of the day where you're like, you know what, I'm feeling really good because I've moved my body, I've nourished my body, and I'm walking into work from a place of I've already won my day. It's just a completely different energy. It's almost like you've taken an antidepressant, which has been proven time and time again to be the greatest antidepressant, which is movement and nourishment, period. So you've taken these antidepressants and then moved yourself into this high vibe, messing with your brain chemicals, starting the day there. And one of the greatest things you could do from that point is you'll start noticing that you're acting within your agency from even more of a place of alignment. So not out of the scarcity mindset of, I need to hit these numbers. I need to close these conversions. You have to tune into that as a byproduct. It's no different than in a physical transformation. If I have somebody who came to me and is like, I need to drop 20 pounds now. Why? Because I hate the way I look. I hate the way I feel. I hate this. I hate that. Why? Well, it's always coming down into self-image, lack, scarcity, minimized self-love, period. 20 years of doing this, I can dig down, peel down to the onions. It's all a self-image issue. So if they flip that on their head of leading with that self-love, all those other things and the desire to work out, eat, take care of themselves would be shifted. So how does that relate to your business? Identical, right? If your business is its own energetic entity, how do you view the business? Well, it's part-time, it's this, it's really been through this. It's got this sadness, this horrible story. It was abused. It wasn't loved as much. I really need it and I want it, but it's been weighing me down. Like, you wouldn't talk to a kid that way. So getting that business energetically back to a place of self-love and enthusiasm and say, you know what? It's time I do things a little differently. I'm going to love on this business. I'm going to have compassion for this business. I'm going to operate this business from a completely different energetic paradigm. How do you do dating, right? My buddy told me about another mutual friend of ours, good looking dude's got a great business, showed up to a double date with them. And he was like, you know, I've got this tinnitus thing going on in my ear, got really bad IBS. So I'm probably going to get up from the dinner table 3 or 4 times and have to go to the bathroom. It's really frustrating. And I'm really stressed out. I have huge anxiety problems and I'm going in, I'm taking all these antidepressants. And my buddy's sitting there looking at him going, this is how you're making your first impression and how you're presenting yourself on our double date. You just shot yourself in the foot. And for some reason, he didn't get a second date. And you can see how preposterous it is in the energetics and the way you're just looking at what's wrong within yourself and then spitting it out to everybody like water shooting out without the hose, right? Versus if he would have approached it from what's going right? Well, first off, he could have been more interested and interesting and asking a lot of questions. See the parallels? 2, when asked questions, he could have led with all his forms of self-love. Yeah, I'm a really good heart-centered guy, which he is. I care a lot, which he does from my meeting him. And what did he choose to present? But the lack of self-love wasn't there. And it's really no different in your business. And if you can look at your different aspects of your business, it's so easy to say the same story over and over and over again with the charge to your friends, to your colleagues, to your people you love about where has my business been through struggle? Oh, 2020 was hard. 2021 was hard. We went through this. And it's like whatever you focus on expands. So I choose not to tell people those stories. I don't fake and lie, but I'll focus on the stories that lift people up. I don't want to be the one in the quicksand with my hand out trying to pull somebody down. I want to be in a place where I look at it through a lens and I put a new frame on it on, I'm really excited about what's going on right now. Got this newfound vigor and energy about my business. I really feel that things are shifting right now. I'm making a whole new commitment to this. I'm excited to build this. That energy creates a spiraling effect and it gets you from a place of aligned action.